All right, Coach, thanks for doing this. Just wondering if you're able to reveal anything about your lineup for tonight.
We're to be a game time decision on a couple guys. Obviously, you guys got banged up, and we'll wait till later on to see if they can go or they get cleared.
Is this a good chance to get Christian Wolanin in? He's been absent for, I think, 10 straight here now.
Yeah, he'll play tonight. Like I said, he's done all the things, we would have liked to get him in earlier, but, certainly after a loss like that, it's an easy one to get him in.
Is the message from you tonight, Coach, going into tonight's game, just simply return to a style of play that has made you win 7 of your last 14 games?
Yeah, just do what we do. When you lose a game, you tend to hang on to it longer than when you win a game. And had you won, I think it was a week ago, we won 6-1, and you turn the page the next day and away you go. No different for a loss. We lose 7-1, we turn the page, we go back to what we do.
We'll go to Bruce Garriock at Post Media.
Hey, DJ, just a couple things. Obviously, when you speak of 2 guys being game time decisions, is that Dzingel and White, or is it too quick for them?
White won't play for sure. It's more Zinger. We'll see how he feels here. He's got to take a morning skate, and we'll talk to the trainers and see how he goes.
Just in White's case, I know you said day-to-day is I guess you won't skate tomorrow because you're traveling. Is Sunday or Monday a possibility, or is that too quick?
We'll see when we get home. Probably not, but it's not long term, which is really positive.
Right. Just on Brandstrom, you don't think it's, if he doesn't play tonight, pardon me, you don't think it's a bad idea for young guys to sometimes sit and watch?
No, for sure it's not. I think every time he's come back in, he's played well. In saying that, this is a different year than any other year. I mean, you're playing games and so many. We play tonight, play back to back. So part of development, is not just jamming games down guys and playing. I mean, even a guy like Timmy and Norris and Batherson, this is a lot of games for them. And, some nights you can see that they're tired. They're certainly trying, but this is a lot of games, and it's much harder to break in for a center or a defenseman. And, if you watch one, usually you come back in and you're better. The plan is to make it so that they're regulars and, next year they hit the ground running.
I guess your kind of take today is like what happened Wednesday night happened, move on, right? You've got another opportunity now. And I kind of said this to Connor Brown is maybe tonight a little bit about redemption?
Well, I mean, this team's had our number for sure. I mean, I put up all the other teams that we've played in our division. I mean, we're 2-3 with the Leafs, 3-2 with Calgary, 3-2 with Montreal. So, I mean, we've played everyone hard for whatever reason. These guys have had our number, and it is what it is. But we're starting like at 0-0 the series, and we got to be better going forward. I seen last night, I think Detroit beat Tampa Bay for the first time in 21 regular season games. So a little comfort in that. But, I mean, we went back and watched our game a year ago when we beat Edmonton and how we played and how we kind of kept them off the board. And we'll go with some things tonight that we think can help us.
Sorry, this is the last thing for me, but, obviously Draisaitl and McDavid, I think they've combined for 26 points in the 6 games you've played them this year. What do you have to do better against them?
Well, you got to limit their time and space. You got to limit their ozone time. You've got to make them play defense. You've got to stay above them and be aware of them at all times. It's such a different year, where you're seeing these players, 3 times in a week. I mean, last year you'd see them, we only seen them once, one here, and then the game was canceled back home. So, you're getting to see the best players on display, and some nights they have it and some nights they don't. But when they have it, you really have to make sure you're working twice as hard as a unit of 5 to limit their chances. And we haven't done that in this series here. I thought we did it at home against them, but we haven't been able to do it in Edmonton.
Matt Tidcombe, Senators.com.
Hey, DJ, maybe just slightly off topic here. We're just wondering your thoughts on Shane Pinto and obviously him winning the conference's Player of the Year award yesterday.
Well, I can't say enough for obviously our scouting staff, Pierre Dorian and his scouting staff, and Trent Mann. The amount of players that are coming, and it's obviously refreshing for not only the staff here but the fan base. I mean, Pinto, Docker, Clevin, Sanderson, all at North Dakota, and these guys are real players. And I mean, Shane Pinto, what he's done since being drafted. I think if you redo that draft, he's certainly in the upper part of the first round, and that's a pick that we get in the second round. So they've done a heck of a job picking these players, and it's only going to help this team going forward as they join the good young players that we watch every day right now.
Murray Pam, Full Press Hockey.
Hey, DJ.
We're going to mute.
Marcus Hoberg, are you aware if he's ready to when you return home?
Missed the first half of that. I was watching some bloopers on the Zoom fails yesterday. I actually seen it, so it looks like we might be joining it. But yeah, Marcus is skating and doing well. We'll see when we get home. But I mean, he won't play in the first few games. But we'll see how he is when he gets home. When we get home, sorry.
We'll go to Ian Mendez at The Athletic.
Just one question for you, DJ, and kind of along those lines. You got a lot of games in a tight window here. How do you kind of handle your goaltending? Are you at the point where whoever it is, whether it's Murray or Decord, if they're playing well, you might just ride the hot hand for a little bit?
That's fair. That's fair. I think at this point, we're past the halfway mark. We want to establish some consistency in that area, and whoever's going the best, we'll get a start, and whoever gives us the best chance to win.
For the final one, we'll go to Ryan Kennedy at the Hockey News.
Hi, DJ. With the season, approximately halfway over, what sort of lessons do you think your young core has been able to learn, just sort of playing together and obviously facing a lot of, top guns in this North Division?
Well, I said at the start of the year that, there'd be a lot of hard nights, and obviously there's been some hard nights, but we'll be a better team for it. I mean, would we have more wins if we played in our regular division? I believe so, for sure. I mean, you're going to be playing against teams that also missed the playoffs. You'd have been playing against teams that were lottery teams, a couple of them. So I knew that it would be tough, but it was going to make us better. And the tight checking of these teams that we play, and the little amount of room that you get out here, and to play against players like McDavid and Draisaitl, Matthews, Marner, on any given night, and maybe a couple times or 3 times in a week, can only make you better. And it's exciting going forward that these guys got an opportunity nightly to play against the best in the world.